What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. My name's Cooke. I want to say a huge thank you for stopping by for another video on the channel. So today's video is going to be a bit different guys. It's going to be something I haven't done before. I literally have no plan notes. I have nothing in my head that I prepared myself to say. And it's going to be a video based upon how I'm able at 21 to live the kind of life that I'm living at the moment. Now I don't want this to come across as a showing off kind of video where I'm showing you what I have and I'm trying to glorify the life I live, but it's just going to be a really real and kind of in-depth view upon how I'm living the way that I'm living in a house with my girlfriend, with my dog, with 2 cars, living freely and living that kind of free life that I guess is what I'm living. I mean, I'm not going to an office every day till 9 to 5 and I'm living a free life in that sense. The way that I'm able to go on holidays whenever I like and stuff like this. It's all because I'm living a free life. But I want to talk about what kind of freedom I actually have. And I want to open up some ideas for you guys that you can kind of aim for as objectives to hit so that you're able to live the kind of life that I'm living at the moment. So that's what I'm going to be covering today guys. So it's going to be really raw. It's going to be just an in-depth view on how I live the life that I live at the age of 21 in the UK. So let's jump straight into it guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Obviously if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're now over 2k subs. There is going to be a giveaway that we need to do. I'm going to get that organized and get that put out on here. But if you do get any value from this, if you find it interesting at all, if you want to know more about me, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you want to know. Let me know your thoughts on the video. And if you did enjoy it, guys, ensure to leave a like. Okay, guys, so let's jump straight into it.
You ain't messing with the flow, you ain't messing with my vision. Messing with the money, you ain't messing with decisions. Yeah, you messing with the team, then you messing with the squad.
Okay guys, so like I said, this is an unplanned, kind of unnoted. There's no things that I've planned out that I'm going to go through. I just really want to sit down and talk to you guys about the kind of life I live and what I believe has allowed me to live the life that I'm living. So what I've done in the past, what I'm doing currently, that's allowing me to live this free life at the age of 21 in the UK. Now I'm saying that for a very important reason, the fact that I'm in the UK. And that's because I've got so many British guys, so many guys in Wales, Scotland, England, everywhere around the UK that are coming to me with a negative mindset straight off the bat. People that really don't know much about online, really don't know much about e-com and dropshipping, and are turned off by it instantly because all they're seeing is guys in the US doing it. Now there are so many guys on YouTube, on Instagram, all these gurus and stuff, and they're all from the US. So this business model is a lot more popular over there, which means people around me, people in the UK, people in Wales and Scotland, like I said, are coming to me not really believing in the model because it's not done by people in the UK. Now something I have to stress to these guys is that I'm aiming for worldwide markets. So it doesn't matter if I'm in the US or if I'm in the UK, because I'm shipping from a third party, it doesn't matter where I'm from because I'm selling to people all around the world, just like I'd be doing if I was in the US. So to fast track through all of that, wherever you are in the world, you can do this business model. It's a very simple business model. You've got a third party, you sell a product to a customer for a greater margin than you buy it from the third party from. The third party ships it to the customer and then you just ensure the customer's happy. So the only things you need to do, make the sale, ensure the customer's happy, get some feedback from them and repeat. Now it's everything in between that that's difficult guys, and it's everything in between that that people struggle with. But I wanted to clear that up for all the guys here from the UK that really don't believe in the model because there's not many UK guys doing it. And I find it really cool that the likes of people like me and Jay are really the only 2 guys in the UK that are doing it profoundly, to the point where I really can't find many other people on Instagram, for example, that are doing what we're doing. Now, is it because they don't have Instagrams? Is it because they're not on YouTube? Or is it because I just can't find them? There just doesn't seem to be that many guys in the UK compared to the US. So I wanted to talk about that to begin with. Just to clear it up for the guys that are in the UK, this lifestyle is possible, this business model is possible, and there's nothing stopping you from achieving what I've achieved and what I'm continuing to achieve as well. So it's a worldwide business model that can work from anywhere in the world because you're targeting the worldwide market. Now, what do I believe to be the main reasons that I've got to where I am today at the age of 21? Now, a lot of you guys will know that stay up to date with my Instagram. I'm always putting stories out, giving different info and value and kind of notes about what I've done in the past, what I'm doing in the present and stuff like that. But I've been doing e-com for about 5 years now. I mean, I started when I was about 15, 16 and I'm 21 now. So I guess 5 years in e-com. Now, there's a huge difference between what I was doing at 15 and 16 to what I'm doing now in terms of the level of e-com that I'm actually at. But I was doing e-com at 15 and 16. That's when I started my first business. That's when I started really wanting to do this, was at that age. So I've got a lot of experience within the kind of business model within that space in terms of e-com. And that's what I believe is obviously my main reason for success now at 21. And I call it success, and I don't really like to call it success because I don't feel successful. I feel successful in the fact that I found freedom. I'm making money, I've got nice cars, everything like that. But success is a much greater thing that I don't believe I've got yet. Nothing can prepare you for this kind of business model, for this kind of success and freedom, than experience within the model. than learning, than failing, making mistakes, trial and error, everything like that. As cliche as it sounds, failure is what's going to provide you with success, because every time you fail, you repair, you get better, you evolve, and you move on and find more success from what you failed at to begin with. So because of that, because of all the grinding and all the grafting for the last 4, 5, 6 years, that's what I look at and thank for the fact that I've actually found success within my freedom now. So I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of financial mistakes, lost money, made money, lost money, made money, figured out how to make more money than the money I lost. So I started to profit, but this is years and years it took me to do this, guys. So it's something that almost frustrates me in a weird way when I've got kind of students and stuff, and I've got people that follow me on Instagram, and they're begging for success, they're begging for money within a kind of month or two of starting with me. Now, as much as I want to be able to make you successful, as much as I want you to make money, I know that if you make, let's say, 10k a month for your first month, that the likelihood of you retaining that success and retaining that monthly income is going to be extremely low. The faster you build something, the faster it can die. So the faster you can start making huge returns on your money and start making tons of money, the faster it can all die, basically, and you'll be left starting again. And that's down to experience, that's down to mistakes that you'll make, and that's down to being too impatient. So I'm thankful that I failed for so many years. I'm thankful that I've gained as much experience as I have over the years, and that's why now I'm extremely confident that I won't ever be working another 9-to-5 job again. I won't need to. Got all that experience under my belt, I've made all the mistakes, and now I'm able to successfully build businesses in whatever niche it is, guys. Even if I needed to move over into SMMA, I could do that tomorrow because I have all that experience. I know exactly what to do. Dropshipping is an extremely simple business model, extremely simple. But if you're impatient, if you're rushing, if you're expecting success in a month, it's never going to come. So I put down a lot of my success to the fact that I failed and failed for years on end. And the fact that I started early gave me the chance to be more successful at a younger age. So I had a brand new car at 20 years old. I think even at 18 or 19, I had nice cars. Like I had BMWs and Mercedes and stuff before I even started this Instagram page. I made money and I did well because I failed for so long whilst I was younger. So I want to discuss the kind of mentality in terms of being patient. Now, I know what it's like seeing these people on Instagram with the get-rich-quick schemes and stuff like that. And I have had people come to me and say, I want to start doing dropshipping. I like what you're about, but it seems to be a get-quick-rich scheme, which does really annoy me, does really affect me, because never have I once said that someone's going to get rich quick. I've had people on the program that have made 10 to 15k within a couple of months of being with me, and that does happen. But like I said, I'd prefer you to make 5k a month for a few months, build up that experience, build up that trust within the business model, and the chances of it crashing and dying is going to be much lower. So it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not guaranteed. It's all down to your work ethic and if you're hungry for actually wanting to become successful and free. So that's what I'm always saying to you guys on DMs and stuff when you're messaging me before coming into my coaching. You need to be hungry, you need to be patient, and you need to really want this. And that's something that I really make sure people are before they join me, just because I don't want to waste my time or their time. And I want to work with people that are going to become successful. So what kind of failures did I have through the kind of ecom journey that I've been on so far? So losing money and stuff like that. I mean, as most of you know, if you've watched my videos previously, my first business was a physical stock clothing company. So I bought in stock, I ordered stock from manufacturers, all at the age of 15 and 16, all within my own bank accounts. I want to stress on the fact that I definitely don't have any money from my parents. I'm definitely not one of those gurus that seem to have extremely wealthy parents that therefore they become successful all of a sudden and they're selling courses and stuff like that. It's the complete opposite for me. I definitely don't have the kind of top tier wealthy parenting. So I want to stress that because a lot of people will assume that from the kind of age that I'm at. So I want to stress on the fact it's not kind of mummy and daddy money. Everything's paid and financed for by myself. And I've made all the mistakes myself as well. I started my first business with, I think it was 125 or 150 pound. So that was my initial investment on my first business. Now, that was running for a few years. And that's essentially the business model that I made all my mistakes within because it was the only business I was running at that age. So kind of incorrect stock, damaged stock, transportation. So a lot of stuff from me sending it to the customer. I learned a lot about logistics and everything like that, and obviously front-end marketing, so how to make the sales, how to retain the sales, and how to keep those customers coming back for more. And that's what a lot of my strategy is based on now, is from learning from the mistakes I made for the last few years on how to actually make that work nicely. So that's where a lot of my mistakes were made, guys. I didn't really ever get into the course buying and stuff like that, so I never made any mistakes in terms of trusting the wrong people, which I really would have liked to have done, so I could like shine some more light on that for you guys, because I know that's a massive thing now. But when I was doing this kind of stuff, I was never looking at the smaller kind of gurus, which I probably should have been. I was always keeping my eye on the big dogs, so the likes of Gary Vee and stuff like that, which is obviously quite generic and as terms of like mentoring and motivation is. So yeah, I never made mistakes in that sense, guys. I mainly made mistakes within myself and within the business that I was running that has probably made me kind of work at a more effective rate. It's made me obviously not make the mistakes again, and now has put me in a position where I can teach people, I can coach people, and I can really speed the way that they're going through the process, because it's a simple process to go through. And I know how to shortcut it all for the people so that they're not making the mistakes that I did. And that's why people get courses, they choose coaches and stuff like that, is to save the time and the money from the mistakes they would have made without using them. And that's essentially what I've got the gift now of being able to do, is really help people and make an impact, which is kind of like the most ridiculous feeling ever. The word's dopamine. So, I mean, if you've ever made your first sale, if you're still making sales now, that feeling when you get the Shopify alert coming through is probably the best feeling you ever had. So what kind of life do I live now in terms of the freedom? This is something that I mentioned at the beginning. I wanted to talk about the freedom that I have actually got. Now, I talk about living a free life. That's obviously what you're wanting. That's what your strive is. You should want freedom more than you should want money. And I learned that, guys. I mean, I had a lot of outgoings when I started making money, because I started living this kind of life where I saw this money coming in and I just wanted to burn it. I wanted to get rid of it. I got nice cars and stuff like that when I really couldn't afford to. So I didn't have the freedom for a decent amount of time when I could have, if I didn't have all these nice things. But this is when I started wanting to buy nice shit, and I wanted nice cars and stuff like that because I was making money. So I learned a lot of mistakes through that as well in terms of the financial freedom. I shouldn't have invested as much into myself in terms of nice clothes, nice shoes, nice cars, when I wasn't making a stable enough income to really support that, where I was still having to work a 9 to 5 basically. So what freedom do I have now as a 21-year-old in my own house, with my girlfriend, with my dog, with my cars? The freedom that I have now means I don't have to go to work anywhere. I don't have to be anywhere at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to leave work at 5 or 6 in the evening. Now, I'm still working, guys. I'm still on my laptop all day. I'm still doing stuff, but it's stuff for me. It's my own businesses. It's my own admin. I'm not putting money in anyone else's pocket other than obviously Shopify. So it doesn't feel like I'm working. It doesn't feel like I'm going anywhere to work. It feels like I'm working on myself and working on my own businesses every single day. And to me, that's freedom, because it means that I can work anywhere. If I'm working here in my office, or if I'm going down the road to Starbucks, or if I'm flying to Italy with my girlfriend like I did the other week, and just sitting there on my laptop for an hour in the morning, that covers me for the whole day. It means we can go out, go for breakfast, go for lunch, go for dinner, go shopping and all this stuff, and it's covered because I've done the work that I needed to do. Now, I don't have to sit on my laptop till 8 till 5 every day. If I did, I wouldn't call myself free, because I'm still trapped. I'm still in this place where I'm working all day long. And it's keeping my mind busy, it's keeping myself busy, and keeping my targets high that I am working as much as possible. But it is hard to stay motivated when you are that free, because you can easily slack, you can easily sit back, because so much is automated that it's hard to keep your eyes on the prize sometimes. And it's something that I want to talk about in the future, because it is something that's very, very honest from me, that it is hard. It is hard when you've got as much freedom as I have to keep my eyes on the prize. And it is something I'm going to cover when Jay gets back from Bali and stuff like that, if he does ever get back from Bali. It's something we're going to be doing podcasts on and stuff like that. The real mindset behind the day-to-day life in an office on your own. But in terms of freedom, guys, I've got it. I'm not putting money in anyone else's pocket. No one's putting the money in my pocket. I'm putting my own money in my own pocket. And that's kind of what my goal has been the entire time. From being 15 or 16, all I've wanted is to be my own boss, make my own money, decide my own hours, go on my own holidays, pay for it all myself. And that's exactly what I've got now. So I'm utterly grateful for the mistakes I've made. I'm utterly grateful for the time I've spent making the mistakes. And I'm grateful for myself 4, 5, 6 years ago when I told myself I was going to get started. And I did get started. I didn't mess about. I didn't sit there waiting and waiting, researching and researching. I just got started. I'm an impatient guy. A lot of my friends will tell you that. A lot of people that know me will tell you that. If I want something, I'm going to go for it straight away. I find it really hard to sit on the back foot and wait for something. And that's done me really good with this, because it means that I didn't mess about when I was 15 or 16. When I learned about ecom and I kind of realized what it was, I just jumped in. I created an account, I created a brand, and I just went out and did it. I didn't mess about. I didn't wait for someone to make me do it. I made myself do it. I went and got it done. And that's something that's really important, and something that I thank myself for almost every day, is that I really made shit happen for myself. And yeah, guys, I mean, this was a video pretty raw, unplanned, something I wanted to sit down and do, because I do get so many questions now on Instagram. It's really starting to blow up, guys. A bit of a shameless plug, but if you don't already, make sure to go follow my Instagram, Always Take Risks. I'll put a link up on the screen now. It's in the description anyways. Most of you probably do already, which is why you're at the video today, but my Instagram's growing really fast at the moment. I've got way over 10k now, and the amount of DMs, questions and comments and stuff I get every day is a bit crazy. I find it much easier to kind of harness all of those things together, put it into a video, sit down and just discuss, because I feel like videos like this is probably going to gain you a lot more value and hopefully a lot more motivation than if I sat down and kind of showed you how to grow an email list, for example, or showed you how to make an Instagram page. Now, there are things I can do in the future. There are things that you need to learn, but it's a lot easier for me to teach you how to do that. It's a lot harder for me to sit down and kind of just break down the things that I did when I was younger, what I believe is the reason that I've become free at 21. And that's why I think, because of how much harder it is for me, that it's probably going to give you more value and more motivation. So it's a different video from me. I haven't really done one like this before. I've spoke about my story and stuff in a few other videos, but this is very raw. I've got no notes. I've got nothing that I planned kind of to go over. I just broke it down in my head as I went along. So if you did gain value from this video, guys, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you have got any more questions, guys, just leave them below. Obviously, there's stuff I've missed. If you need that answered, let me know in the comments below and I can get them answered for you. And if you aren't already, make sure you subscribe, guys. 2k strong now. The YouTube's growing really well, considering I do not put enough videos out there, which I'm working on. I know it's something I need to improve on, and I'm extremely grateful for everyone that does subscribe. So thank you once again, guys, for listening. Let me know what you thought on this type of video where I sat down and really went in detail about my kind of story, the failures that I made, the mistakes that I made, and why I actually believe that I'm free at 21. Let me know what you thought. I guess I'll see you on the next video, guys. Thank you so much again. Peace.
You ain't messing with the flow, you ain't messing with my vision. Messing with the money, you ain't messing with decisions. Yeah, you messing with the team, then you messing with the squad. Mess with one of us, you be messing with them all. Yeah. Staying up late, making it right, living it up to my name. Focused on doing it better. You just be doing the same, you doing it lame. I'm doing like everything changed. Forget all the money, forget all the fame. I still would've done it if they would've played all of the music I make.